Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome back to Payne County Youth Services Outreach Group Self-Care Sunday. My name is Addison, and I'm a clinical intern at Payne County Youth Services, and I'm so excited that I get the opportunity to provide this outreach program to you all. Today, we are talking about self-care for stress, and if there is one thing that I think binds everybody is the fact that we all feel stress of some kind at some point in our lives. So I hope each of you finds something in this video that you can take away and benefit from. Before we jump into today's topic, I do want to give a couple of disclaimers. The first one is that while I really truly hope this video helps you in some way, this video is not intended to replace counseling services. So if you are looking for counseling services and you're in the Payne County area, you can call our office at 405-377-3380. If you're not in the Payne County area and want to get connected with counseling resources in your area, you can call 211 and they'll connect you with those resources. Secondly, if you're watching this video and you are in a mental health or physical health emergency, please pause the video, call 911, or go to your nearest emergency room. And last but certainly not least, we encourage all engagement on this video, so likes, comments, things like that. But if you do leave a comment on this video, please remember that this is YouTube. So anybody else in the community or anyone else watching this video will see your comment. So if you need to discuss something a little more private or confidential, please utilize that number and we'll get you connected with someone you can talk to. So, well, let's dive right in. I have a graphic that I'm going to use for this video, which I will place here, that we're going to use today. And this I thought was a really fun graphic. Similarly to all the other graphics I used for these videos, this graphic does not cover every single type of self-care items you can do for stress. And so if you have something that you do that really helps with your stress level, please comment it, and we'll see if we can all help each other through this kind of, stress that we all face at some point. So the first thing I like on this one, and I really liked this graphic because these are all things that are, most of them are free, and if not, there's something that are mostly accessible. So I like to kind of keep these self-care items mostly free and mostly accessible for most people. And the first one is to have a shower. And so sometimes I'm a very visual learner. I'm very symbolic in a lot of ways, and so sometimes having a shower, one, it feels great, it's good for the senses, get some hot water, and sometimes I'll just visualize like the stress I have just kind of washing away. If I can wash it away, especially at the end of the day, if it's been a stressful day, it kind of helps me prepare to have a fresh start the next day. So taking a shower, taking a bath, something that can help with that is a definite self-care item for stress. The next one on here is to tick something off your to-do list, which sometimes it is our to-do list that's causing us all the stress we're feeling. So if your to-do list is like mine, and it's a very, 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 very long to-do list, then sometimes taking something off really is the solution. Like once you get into action, it kind of can go from there. So I really suggest to start with the thing that feels the most doable to you at that point. So, whether it be the smallest thing or whatever's most attainable at that point, start with that, and that should help get the ball rolling for you and at least alleviate a little bit of stress because you have knocked something off the to-do list. The next one is to eat a snack or drink some water. I think that that's so helpful. Sometimes I just need a little perspective shift. I don't realize that I'm stressed and raging out on people because I'm really hungry, or I haven't had enough water that day. And so sometimes those things, and that is an act of self-care, is to give yourself 5-10 minutes. Sit down, try to come back to the present, try to take that deep breath, eat your snack, and use that as a reset to your day. The next one I really, really like, because this is such an act of self-care for when you're stressed and for all the things in your life, and then also is a self-care item that you can do that kind of carries you into hopefully feeling less stress even after doing it, and then into the next few days or however long. And it's to get plenty of sleep. It's another thing sometimes I don't realize is that I'm feeling more stress, or my stress feels bigger when I haven't gotten enough sleep. And so getting enough sleep, prioritizing sleep, setting boundaries to make sure I get enough sleep, those are all definitely acts of self-care. The next one is to call a friend or loved one, and I really enjoy this one as well because sometimes we just need to vent. We just need to call someone and say, hey, I'm calling because I don't really need a problem solver right now, or maybe that's what you need, or maybe I just need to vent, or whatever you need to kind of get the stress out of your head and hear someone else's voice and perspective can really be an act of self-care. So taking that time for that phone call, coming back to the present, and really connecting with those you care about can be really helpful to lessen stress. This is perfect because then I just kind of hinted at boundaries to helping with self-care. The next one is saying no when you need to. So sometimes our to-do list is a million miles long because we didn't have the ability at that time to say no. And so people were asking us, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you add this? And we said yes, and now our to-do list is so full. And so when you get that opportunity to say no when you can, although it's difficult, that's such an act of self-care, is to say, I learned from that stressful experience when my to-do list was 5 miles long and 3 miles of it was things that, I could have said no to, and learning from those experiences. And definitely if you want to talk to someone about developing a practice of saying no, because it is a practice and sometimes it doesn't come easy and it takes time, then please use our phone number. It's in the description box below if you think that, boundaries or things like that are something you want to work on. Oh, I love the next one too. Sometimes for stress, it says go outside into nature. Right now, at least when I'm filming this video, it is sunny. It is so beautiful here in Oklahoma. I hope it's beautiful wherever, if you're watching this video. And if that is accessible, going outside, then I highly, highly suggest it. Just to breathe in some fresh air, come back to the present, and remind yourself to take things one step at a time. The next one is to indulge yourself in a hobby. I think that that's awesome. One of my favorite hobbies is knitting, and I don't do it enough. And when I'm stressed, that is something that's so helpful. Self-care is all about bringing yourself back to the present moment and trying to gain, a new perspective, or, getting those thoughts, inhaling those thoughts that, ground you in the fact that you will get through it. And I think engaging in a hobby definitely does that. So I really am a fan of this one for lessening stress. The next one and last one on this graphic, but 100% not the last one that exists, is reminding your inner voice to be kind. And wow, what a perfect one to end on. Because I don't know about you all, but when I am stressed, I've got that voice in my head and it is yelling at me. And it's not very nice either. It's usually saying, I can't believe you procrastinated again and got yourself into this situation, or, you're never going to finish this. You're never going to be able to accomplish this. You are not going to succeed. Everything's going to pile on and you're not going to achieve those goals that you set. And that stress voice in our heads can be really loud and really hard to deal with. And so just checking in with yourself and reminding your inner voice to be kind is such an act of self-care. And I think all of these are great to use when we're feeling stressed, because we are still in a pandemic and there's all these things happening, and life does get stressful in and out of a pandemic, wherever you are, whatever you've got going on. And so I do want to remind each of you to give yourself some grace. Try some of these out when you're able to, and take care of yourself. And I really look forward to seeing you for our next week's session of Self-Care Sunday. A couple of reminders as we close out this video. We do encourage comments. Please let me know if you liked this video, what works for you when you're stressed, or if you have a suggestion for, another life situation you would want some self-care tips for. But if you do comment on this video, please remember that it is YouTube, so people will be able to see those comments. The next one is that this video, while I really hope it was helpful, is not intended to replace counseling services. So please call our office at 405-377-3675 3380 to access services in Payne County. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks.